How are we called as Christians to respond when people may be self-identifying as gay, transgender, or in some way self-identifying with the LGBTQ plus community? We are called to respond with truth, but it's also really important that we respond with compassion, recognizing the woundedness that people are experiencing. I remember meeting a guy that told me that he thinks he may be a woman. I was speaking at a high school, and after the talk, there was a high schooler that pulled me aside and said that he wanted to talk with me. I asked what's going on, and he said that he thinks he may be a woman. At first, as he shared this, I thought that maybe there'd be a simple solution, but for about 15 minutes, he shared about the woundedness that was happening in his life. He said that every time he looks in the mirror, all he sees is shame. He even hates the way that his facial hair grows in. He said he wants to go through with the gender-changing surgeries, but his mom won't let him. But he said that when he turns 18, he wants to go through with the surgeries. Then he asked me, he said, "Do you think that when I go through with the surgeries, that I'll finally feel better about myself?" I responded and said to him, "I know I don't have the perfect answer, but I know that God created you so intentionally, so wonderfully, and so amazingly. And I think for each of us at times, it may feel like that if we go down certain paths, that we'll feel better about ourselves, that there'll be healing. But ultimately, if it's not what God has made us for and is calling us to, it'll just lead to more brokenness and more woundedness." I share this story hopefully to just remind each of us that it's important that we proclaim the truth. But if we proclaim the truth without compassion and gentleness, then we may be proclaiming the truth without reaching the person. Please also say a prayer for that young man that I got to speak with at the high school. Please pray that he would be experiencing the healing and freedom that God wants for him.